Hello, welcome to my full moon reading in Virgo that is happening on the 7th of March it's happening at 11:40 p.m. in Sydney, my time. So usually this video, mostly I would do it on this full moon that's coming in, but this is a big week in astrology. We have a lot of things happening. It is very much a lot of energy that's coming in here, a lot of energy that's coming up in Pisces, and also we do have Aries too. So what do we have going on here besides this full moon for this week? We've got here on the 3rd, so we do have Mercury, which is conjuncting Saturn in Aquarius, just on that verge, because on the 8th Saturn will be going into Pisces. So with this, I feel like with this aspect, you might be overthinking things through, overthinking. There might be a little bit of paranoia coming in here, communication going a bit haywire, written, verbal, any form of communication, technology could be going a bit like it's just problematic with people where they communicate, miscommunication, overthinking things, but also really going deep about thinking things and over analyzing things as well can be coming in with these aspects here. We've also got on the 4th, we've got here then we've got the 4th, then we have the Mercury going into Pisces. This is going to be a period of, it's deep thinking. This also can be secret. So when we're looking at Pisces and this 12th house, we are looking at secrets. We are looking at what's hidden. We are looking karmic things from the past. We're looking at 12th house. It is things that are hidden. So like even example for me, my son is in the 12th house. So for me, I bring in karma from past life to do with a father. So, and I bring it into this life. So there is things like that you might be even thinking about past lives too during this time. On the 4th, we then have this Venus. It's going to be meeting up with Chiron. It's also in Pisces. So this is going to be issues with relationships and finances. And because it's also in Aries, it could be a lot of victim mentality, because it's like, I always see with the star signs, it's like that saying, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. So when you do have these energies like Chiron come in Aries, it is a bit like, when you think about Aries, a very strong sign. They are very much important people. So when you have an aspect like Chiron, which is about, I see it as pain or emotional pain. So this can be like, poor me a little bit, like how do they fall? And also with that sign too, if it was in Capricorn, Capricorns would be more like, let's get this done. Let's think about how we can recreate this and let's all get it done. But we're in Aries. So this can be a little bit of, why me, instead of dwelling on that me, because it is the first house with Aries. So it is about dwelling on like what's happening around or what's happening with you. So we do have that on the 4th. Lucky with the Venus, it's a very quick transit, so we'll be off there quick smart. Then we have on the 9th, we've got Jupiter, which is going to conjunct Chiron in Aries here. So with that one, it is luck with a painful issue. So we've got this Venus here, so causing these issues, and a few days after that, on the 9th, we get this Jupiter transit here, which is about luck with any issues that's coming up here. It can be quite a positive transit, I do feel, because I feel wherever Jupiter is, to me, it's very filled with luck, and you get a positive aspect from it. So this is, so you might have these issues that are coming up here beginning of the week. By the end of the week, you've sort of sorted things out. It may not be as hard as it seems. But then we've got on the 8th, and this is the biggest transit that we have coming up for the week, because this is something that's going to affect us for about 3 years' time. We do have Saturn moving into Pisces. So it's finally coming out of Aquarius. It's moving into Pisces here. So with this aspect, it is a lot of it. You're going to have a lot of resilience this week. This week you need resilience this week with the aspects, the intense energies that are going to come in. I do feel like you are going to need a lot of resilience. It's going to be a lot of having to bounce back from things coming up. So these next 3 years, as I've spoken about in my other videos, with Saturn coming into Pisces, this is going to bring problems to do with things like religion, even like psychic light workers. This is what I'm doing here. There's probably going to be problems coming up with this, like drugs, medication, mental health. We're looking at all these things. They even could be media, so problems with media, so with the missed media, but so picking and choosing and sort of choosing the narrative and what way it's going on. There's going to be problems coming up with this. This is also might even so no longer will this thing be about our freedom. The last 3 years it's about we're sort of fighting all things about being free and our freedom. So it won't be so much about these energies and these technologies. We've had a lot of scammers. We've had problems with technology, trying to advance, but then the problems that are with that advancing. So that should come down a little bit. We do have Pluto by the end of the month in Aquarius, but I feel like that's going to be more about the people themselves, which I get to more when that happens. So we do have these things that are coming up with this full moon that is happening on the 7th. I feel it's about seeing the beauty in things. It is about positive, our emotions stabilizing a little bit. But it's also when we're dealing with Virgo, we want things to be perfect. We might be even overanalyzing things a little bit because we need things to be perfection. We also want about our security. We also want to know about every plan. We want to make sure the plans are going to happen. I have a friend who's a Virgo, and she asked me for advice, and I tell her what I feel like you should do. She always gives me these curveballs. What if this happens? What if that happens? I get to the point where I'm just follow my plan A, plan B. We'll wait to see what happens, and then we'll come up with a plan C, D, and F. So that these are the things that we're having to deal with this week. It is quite intense. It's going to bring about nervous energy as well. Can be coming into this too. We've got here this moments this week where you're probably going to be tested, and it also our memory it could be problems with our memory, like forgetting things. So it's like we're not wanting to forget things because we want things to be perfect. We want things to go the right way, but there could be a chance this week where we're a little bit forgetful too. And it's like patience is going to be tested. So these things that are kind of come up here, it is really going to be testing our patience of what's going to come up. We may even feel at times less tolerant this week because we're just like, oh my goodness, feeling a bit short with this Mercury here. And I feel like we're wanting things to be calm. We're wanting things to be like stabilized and to be stable. And it could be about managing, finances, or going deeper into finances and money and managing that too, and sort of thinking about how we're going to do this. There is also, I feel like there's going to be some sort of like healing coming up here with a painful issue, and it could be about yourself, something that you're going through. And it's with the Jupiter that's going to come in. There will be some sort of lucky aspect this week with that Jupiter. The overthinking things could come into paranoia. We're all like, if you're looking back, like the past and past things, and how can we, change the past and think about the past as well. There could be like a wave of emotions coming up to this week, like a wave of emotions that are coming into. So things can get quite intense. There also might be a feeling of feeling alone, or looking at your life purpose too. As I said, daydreaming and deep thinking can come up this week. I've also got here, open your heart to something new, for also that's coming in here. So we're dealing with a lot of energies this week. It is going to be quite an intense week ahead that I do feel like that's coming up here. And I will do some cards. So I am also doing the horoscopes in the middle of editing the videos with other stuff. I was meant to do it last week. I was just tired and forgot to do it after every day being at the fair. So I drove back on Monday, so I didn't get back until late Monday night, because it's about a 12-hour drive, 11-hour drive coming back from where I was to where I live. So I'm going to do my friends deck for the cards coming up this week. Let's have a look here. And I want to say people are going to feel like if they're alone, but they're not alone. But there's going to be this feeling of not alone this week. Okay, let's have a look here at the cards. What's coming up? I feel like you might feel like you're racing ahead, but there's a bit of a stop action with that. So you might feel like you're a person that acts very fast and trying to get ahead. And there's an aspect of like feeling like you've sort of been stopped too. That's coming up as well. I kind of feel like it's going to be energies of world leaders butting heads this week. We're already coming intense, but I just feel like world leaders butting heads, really trying to, there's miscommunication coming out here. They're going to put their foot in it. And I feel like being aware of temptation is going to come up too. People in relationships where it's not great. There's also a thing about overdoing things. So there could be a week of overdoing it a bit. Okay. Let's have a look. There's also can be an aspect, I feel like, intense relationships, like intense love, intense relationship, like the aspects of burning fast here. People may also be forgetting their footing or forgetting where they are. And there's also, I think, a confidence to have that trust. Am I trusting in destiny? Am I putting that, what am I trusting in? Things have to be more stabilized too. I feel like that's coming in as well. There's a lot of energy here with relationships and love and daydreamy, and people may even be blinded, but okay. And it's about climbing ladders, but it's also wanting to be on a defensive side. That's here. I feel like sort of what's going on with some people here is that with relationships, it's like, am I in the right relationship? I feel like I am. I feel like, but there's also the people around them who might be like, be aware, or are you sure? Have you thought things through here? But I feel like also there might be aspect of being a bit like having too much or wanting a lot, and wanting too much or want it all as well coming into this week. I do feel like there even could be an aspect of, if you're feeling like, or paranoid about feeling like there's a third party in a relationship, I feel like, you've got to trust these instincts. But there could be even like aspects of that coming in here. There's also aspects of like marriage. So, but it's like, are you certain? Are you sure? There are some quite good cards here that indicate that there's contemplating on these relationships here, but some of them are really hot. They're fiery. They're like soulmate energy. Some of this here that I feel like is going on. A lot of cards here about love and also celebrating they were on the right track and that you've got it. But then there's also this card here, which is like the devil's card here, which is like temptation. Like this little voice in your head, like, I know, maybe trying to muck things up for you, or trying to get you to second guess or second think about things, and like over complicate things and stuff. So there's these mixed energies that are up here coming up this week that I'm feeling. There is about, and that also may be people coming in your ear, where you're then creating a bit defensive about it too, of where, of what you're actually feeling. But by the end of the week, I feel like you're feeling more confident. You got everything lined up, and you know where you're going. Even like spiritually, you know where you're going. You know what has to be done, or what you have to do. And even when it comes to work here, I feel like it is about climbing the ladder. But it's also something here on having this trust, or fake trust that that you've got it for, and you're moving in the right direction. There's this thing about trust and not having things too complicated. He's just blindly walking off the building here. But then there's this duck, that the duck to me is like, is this the right path? It's like a lot of questioning this week, a lot of questioning yourself. Is this the right path? The duck's saying, do I really want to jump off this building? Is there really going to something there to catch me if I fall? So there's all these aspects, and a lot of it's about mind and the way we think, I feel, that's going to be coming in this week. But I just feel like with the world that we're going on, the energies are, there even could be like volcanoes coming up here, things just getting intense. People really could be not seeing eye to eye a little bit, but there's also this beautiful energy of people being in love, I feel too, and people feeling that they've found, they found who they want to be with, and perhaps even marry them. I feel like there's a lot of things about marriage coming up this week too. But it's like once you've got all your ducks in a row, you'll feel quite, I feel like this also could be about being organized this week. Being structured, being organized could also be coming in too, even though we're not really in a Capricorn energy as well. Okay, I'm going to do a channel to see where we're going for this week, and with this new moon. Hopefully the moon's going to be very bright, that we'll see it if we get to see the moon this week. Let's have a look here. This full moon is going to be very bright and very spontaneous to you all. It's going to cast a magic spell on you where you're all going to think deeper, think more in the mysterious, and have a knowing that your path is there and is laid out for you. You're all going to have this blind trust that you can move forward in the depths of the earth and move forward in the fantasy world of where you're going. For the fantasy world, people are there to escape. For this Pisces energies that's coming in is there for you to escape. And then bang, hit in a month's time, you're going to hit reality, and reality will make you fall hard. But in the meantime, we've got to think deep and think positive for things that are going to happen and emerge. For even the things that happen that are really, really bad, there are positives that come out of it, whether it be regulations change, rules change, people change, things come up for the better, people changing in their own will and their own lifestyle. So nothing really is for the bad. For bads do come out good too. You're just the way that you look at things and the way that you see. Opposites to attract, and this is going to become more intense this week, where the person you thought that you wouldn't even go there, you might even perhaps go there and had a love affair. This can be a hot burning love, but be careful, do not be too hasty and do not jump in the lake too quickly, for these things and this mirror image and these energies that are there may change quite quickly after this week. We wish you very well and good day, and we hope that you all see things through till the end of the week, for it is going to be quite a fascinating week for you all, where clashes and things will decide. Energies and world and countries are going to come into further heights, and further things are going to open up. For yes, the war is coming, and it is coming on closer on our doorsteps, and you'll see that this week with energy, the way that the energy is, the way that world leaders are, the way that they behave with each other, you're going to see holes in the articles that are coming out where they are going, for people do not really know where they are heading, and you'll see that more coming up in the week ahead, especially on Tuesday. Okay, so that was a long channel. So I'm just going to get out 4 cards for you for this week ahead. I feel like I need to get my little cat cards. They're coming out here. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look. So we got 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So we got here card number 1, which is this card here. This card here for this week, open your heart. I feel like there could be something like your heart is maybe getting a bit dark or something heavy on the heart here, but I just feel like you need to open your heart. Like try again. I'm going to try again. Open your heart. You are very stubborn this week. You're sort of pacing, like you're maybe putting an indent in the ground where you're pacing, overthinking about things. I feel like you're kind of overcomplicating things this week. There's a fire there burning within you. Things are looking a bit murky, a bit foggy. You're not seeing what you want to see. You are the boss of your world. You are the queen or the king of your world or your kingdom. And I feel like you just got to look at that. There is something unique about you this week, and there's something positive and unique. You are seeing things a different way, but I feel like your heart's very heavy and it needs to be lifted, is what I feel. So maybe some healing could be doing something that you love, that you like, will even help you this week with this card. Card number 2, which is this card here. With this card, it is about wishes. With me, stars is about wishes, making wishes on stars. This card is also to me about nurturing and the goals and the wishes that you have that you're working towards, and you're watering these, you're watering it, you're maintaining it, you're going up, and you can feel that's going to happen. You can feel what you're wanting to appear, and that what you're wanting is going to happen. Your emotions is at bay. There's a lot of positive things in this card. You're getting worried that you think maybe what you're wanting out of life won't happen, but you also have a knowing that it is going to happen. It's like second guessing yourself, but you just got to trust that it is going to happen for you, because I do feel like things are going to happen. It might not be in the way that you expect, but they will happen. The card number 3, which is this card here, or with this card here for you, I always see this card as being ending, something walking away from someone with this card, but it's also a learning experience though. You've learned from this experience. It has made you a bit harder, a bit stronger. You're looking at things a different way. This also could be connected with the full moon, or even with could be moving of home as well, but there is something ending coming up, or someone walking away coming up this week. There could be a thing of even like maybe not being as religious this week, or walking away from religion could even be, or bending in your religious beliefs too, coming up this week for you. There is a new day coming. There's a new chapter in your life appearing, and it's about thinking on the positive and where you're going with that too. But again, the stars are shining out brightly, so this is something that you are been wishing or working towards. I feel like this is something that you have wanted, and that finally you do have a way out of things, and you can walk away from whatever's been causing you a bit of pain or misery, I'm going to say. Number 4, which is this card here. I like this card. This card to me is about playfulness. It's about having fun. It's about not having a care in the world. It's about maybe even daydreaming, but just being positive, have fun, go out there, have time of your life. It is, something, a new day is dawning. There's a lot of change around you, and you're in this playful energy, and you're playing with the change, and it's like you're playing with different energies, and you're even like, I feel like there's a lot of enlightenment in this card, and even a spiritual awakening too that I feel like can happen with this card. And it is about being very positive and looking at aspirations and being a positive influence on other people too, and having fun. This can be a good card for dating, going on a date, and just knowing you're in a very good place with this card as well. So yeah, look, there's going to be a lot of deep thinking about what's happening. Even myself, a couple of days ago, even yesterday, I always think, am I doing this? Is this work it for me? Am I on the right path? And then my guides sort of tell me that, yes, you got to keep going. This is the right path for you. So there's a lot of second guessing, even for myself, being thinking, and, yes, it is. And there will be some positive experiences this week. One of my goals, well, not one of my goals, well, yes, a goal. It is a goal. I'm showing my age here, but I'm going to a Backstreet Boy concert on Sunday night, and I'm actually doing a meet and greet. So I'm very excited to go and meet them and to get a photo with them. It's something I've always wanted to do. So it's a very positive experience for myself. So there is some positive things that are coming up this week with with that. So, or for myself with that. So I'm hoping that that Sunday is a good day. And I'm sure it will be a good day. And I will get those horoscopes out as soon as I can. I'm halfway through editing them. And I will probably get this video out before I get the horoscopes. So I'm working on it, and I'll get it as soon as I can. So I'm hoping I can get it done either today or tomorrow. Get it done out for you. It should be Saturday tomorrow. Thank you for your support. If you came and walked past my shop, a store at Brisbane, thank you for walking past. And for anyone that said hello, thank you. And anyone and new people that I have from that, thank you for coming into my store and for me to read for you. It was a very busy 3 days. And for everyone else, thank you for your likes, shares, and your comments. And I will see you for my next video. So bye for now.